8 times. Wait. Paramount has gone to Warner Brothers and have made 8 offers, and it's been rejected every single time. I thought this deal was wraps, but apparently the board is saying that if Paramount wants to get Warner Brothers, they need to offer more dollars, more money, if they want to have a chance at acquiring Warner Brothers. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Warner Brothers still sounds very open to a Paramount deal at a higher price tag. As the article says here, Warner Bros. Discovery may have formally rejected Paramount's latest offer to buy the whole company, but the WBD board has yet to fully reject Paramount as a buyer. Wow. I thought Netflix had this in the bag. I really did. I was thinking, you know what? Netflix is in a better financial position in Warner Brothers, and this could probably still happen, but I just thought it was already over. But apparently, it may not be. On Wednesday, shortly after the board announced its big fat pass on David Ellison's latest offer and its intention to stick with the signed Netflix deal for Warner Brothers Studios and streaming and HBO business, Warner Brothers Discovery Board Chair Samuel Piazza Jr. appeared on CNBC's Squawk Box. Officially, D.I. Piazza was there so that David Faber could grill him on the particulars of the decision to again reject Paramount. Unofficially, it provided an opportunity for D. Piazza to communicate his needs to Ellison without speaking with Ellison, a no-no with a signed agreement elsewhere. D. Piazza acknowledged that Paramount stepped up to the table, with Ellison personally guaranteeing the proposed financing, which is one of the big things the WBD board asked for, representing a major change in their position. But ultimately, D. Piazza pointed out he didn't raise the price. So you want to get this done, Paramount, you better up the price tag, because if you don't, you're not getting Warner Brothers. I've been saying this constantly. They should have been more serious on the second bid. They underestimated Netflix, and that's why they're getting rejected constantly. And I still think at the end of the day, Netflix is going to win in the end. I just do. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But they seem to be in a better financial position, and it's a safer bet for Warner Brothers. D. Piazza has another problem that only money can solve: a $2.8 billion break contract fee that Warner Brothers Discovery would have to pay Netflix should it weasel out of their deal. Whew. So Netflix is winning either way. They're either going to have Warner Brothers or they're going to get paid a handsome sum of money if Warner Bros. Decides, you know what, we don't want your deal. Smart play by Netflix. In the large majority of cases, when an overbidder comes in, they take that break fee and pay it. From our perspective, they've got to put something on the table that's compelling and isn't superior. So that means they've got to come in and just overwhelm Warner Brothers. In fact, they probably would have to pay that fee, my guess. They have to take on the $2.8 billion fee and pay it to Netflix in order to get Warner Brothers. Because I think no matter what Paramount offers and Warner Brothers change their mind, they don't want to pay that high of a fee because that's too much money. What Paramount probably has to put on the table is huge stacks of cash. Yep, but it's not the only thing. DP also wants certainty that Paramount will close if the deal does go its way. D. Piazza stated that he sees paths for either option to pass regulatory hurdles, but currently views Netflix as a safer pick. And that makes sense because they're in a better financial position. At least he does so publicly. With an inability to do Paramount's deal for them, as D. Piazza put it, these regular coded CNBC check-ins are about the best he can do. I think it's going to become a habit. That's what D. Piazza told Faber. Finally, Faber asked D. Piazza what he would say to those who claim Warner Brothers Discovery just won't do a deal with Paramount, that you don't like them. That's nothing further from the truth. We have talked to them now since September. We've given them lots of input on what they needed to do to change, and they still haven't figured it out yet, which is funny because you've been in negotiations for the past 4 months. You should know what the other company wants in order to strike a deal. And 8 offers and it's still being rejected? Paramount, shouldn't you look in the mirror and ask yourself, maybe after the second offer that you should have figured out, okay, this is what Warner Brothers really wants. It's just a complete mess here. So yeah, as he says here, at the last minute, they went to $30 per share, and then it was after the last minute that they guaranteed it. We would be very open to do a transaction with Paramount. WBD shareholders will have the final say when they vote on the deals in late spring or early summer. Okay, so the shareholders of Warner Brothers have the final say on everything. So they have complete authority over this entire process. So no matter what Ellison is saying, no matter what David Zasloff is saying, the shareholders are the ones who are going to figure out which deal to go with. And that is very interesting to me. Now, with all that being said, my final thoughts are this: Paramount should have figured this out sooner and came with a strong deal because impressions are everything. And when you're just taking your time or just beating around the bush and not valuing what Warner Brothers told them back in, I believe, September, you had your first bid, or was it October? I can't remember the exact timeline, but they said the second bid is your final offer. And you did not beat out Netflix. They wonder, okay, can we take you serious? They've rejected them 8 times. That is insane. I do believe Netflix will come out on top because it's a safer bet and they're in a better financial position than Paramount. We'll see how it all plays out. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to what's going on with Paramount and Warner Brothers. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And what do you think is going to take place? And I'll catch you all in the next one.